To the next experiment, we are examining the reactions of acetic anhydride with water, ethanol, and aniline. So, for test tube A, which is water and acetic anhydride, when acetic anhydride is added to the water, it hydrolyzes to form acetic acid. So, this reaction is actually exothermic and it produces 2 molecules of acetic acid from 1 molecule of acetic anhydride. And for the observations of the test tube 1, we have here is the change in color in the blue litmus paper. So actually the blue litmus paper turned red, indicating the formation of acetic acid, which is acidic. And for other observations, we have also observed that the odor, there is a strong pungent smell, and it is actually a characteristic also of acetic acid, which is the smell is actually very similar to the vinegar. So for the test tube B, when the acetic anhydride reacts with the ethanol, an esterification reaction occurs, producing ethyl acetate, which is an ester, and acetic acid. So for the procedure, actually after adding the acetic anhydride, the sodium hydroxide is also added, and the sodium hydroxide actually neutralizes the acetic acid formed from the reaction, shifting the equilibrium towards ester formation and producing the sodium acetate. And for the observations of the test tube 2, we have noticed a sweet, fruity odor characteristic of ethyl acetate, and actually the mixture became less acidic after the addition of the sodium hydroxide due to the neutralization of acetic acid. For the test tube C, the aniline C6H5NH2 reacts with acetic anhydride to form an amide and an acetic acid. So this is an acylation reaction where the aniline's nucleophilic nitrogen attacks the carbonyl carbon of acetic anhydride. So for the procedure that happened in our experiment, after adding acetic anhydride, sodium hydroxide is added to neutralize the acetic acid formed during the reaction, producing sodium acetate. And for the observations, there is actually a bubbling reaction, and there is just a clear liquid. The solution is just a clear liquid in appearance. And also, the mixture became less acidic upon the addition of sodium hydroxide.
Good day everyone. Now I'll be discussing the results of experiment number 4, which is the reactions of amides. Only the groups 1, 2, and 3 performed this experiment, and they all have the same results. In this experiment, we have 2 test tubes, and each contains acetamide. On test tube D, we added sodium hydroxide, while on test tube E, we added dilute sulfuric acid. So, ang na-observe sa test tube D is odorless and clear ang liquid, while on test tube E is odorless but naay precipitation. So, inani na siya. Sa test tube D is when sodium hydroxide is added to acetamide, na a chemical reaction known as hydrolysis. Ang sodium hydroxide, which is our strong base, and ang acetamide, which is an organic compound, reacts with water. The sodium hydroxide helps to break the bonds in the acetamide molecule, leading to its decomposition. And this hydrolysis produces 2 main products, which is the ammonia and the sodium acetate. Sodium acetate is a salt that remains dissolved in the solution. Supposedly, baho ni siyag ammonia, but maogorong dili noticeable ihang baho because the amount it produces is very small. So in test tube E, a dilute sulfuric acid was added to acetamide. This also caused hydrolysis, same as in test tube D, which produces the 2 products, the acetic acid and ammonium sulfate. Supposedly, ammonia has a distinct smell, but same in test tube D, dili siya noticeable because gamay ra ang na-produce, or the sulfuric acid present might have suppressed the release of ammonia gas. And in this test tube, di ba naka-observe ta og precipitation? Moto siya ang result sa reaction between the products of the hydrolysis and the excess sulfuric acid in the solution. Because when the amount of ammonium sulfate exceeds what the solution can dissolve, the excess forms solid particles. Moto siya ang hinungdan sa white precipitate.
In experiment number 5, the formation of esters through the reaction between acids and alcohols plays a crucial role in determining the observed odors. Esters are a class of organic compounds that are commonly known for their pleasant and distinctive smells, often resembling fruits, flower, or other fragrant substances. When an acid reacts with an alcohol, it undergoes a process known as esterification, where an ester and water are formed. This reaction is typically catalyzed by an acid such as sulfuric acid in this experiment. The general chemical equation for esterification is acid plus alcohol will result to ester plus water. So each acid-alcohol combination in this experiment leads to the formation of specific ester, which is responsible for the characteristic odor observed. First acid-alcohol combination that we have is acetic acid and ethanol. We all know that acetic acid reacts with ethanol to form ethyl acetate, and during the experimentation, the resulting odor resembles plastic bubbles. And we have butyric acid plus pentanol or butanol, which resulted to pentyl butyrate, which then led to the resemblance of the odor of an alcohol. Next one, we have the combination of benzoic acid with propanol or ethanol. The reaction between benzoic acid and propanol or ethanol leads to the formation of benzyl ethers, which are known for their wintergreen-like fragrance. Currently, we did not conduct any for the combination of salicylic acid with methanol because there is no solution for salicylic acid available. Lastly, we have the combination of propionic acid with pentanol, which resulted to an apple-like aroma, and the reaction resulted to propylpropionate.
In conclusion, the series of experiments conducted on carboxylic acids have provided a comprehensive understanding of their chemical properties and reactivity, underscoring their significance in organic chemistry. Here are the following experiments conducted in regards to carboxylic acids. Number 1. Solubility of carboxylic acids in water. The solubility tests reveal that lower molecular weight carboxylic acids are highly soluble in water due to their ability to form hydrogen bonds with water molecules. As the molecular weight increases, solubility decreases, highlighting the impact of hydrophobic alkyl chains on solubility. Number 2. Acidity of carboxylic acids. For titration experiments, the acidic nature of carboxylic acids was confirmed. The measured pKa values aligned well with theoretical expectations, demonstrating their ability to donate protons and form carboxylate anions. The comparative study of different carboxylic acids illustrated the influence of substituents on acidity, with electron-withdrawing groups increasing and electron-donating groups decreasing the acidity. Number 3. Reaction of acid and hydrides. The reactions involving acid and hydrides showcase their reactivity with water, alcohols, and amines, forming carboxylic acids, esters, and amides respectively. These experiments emphasize the practical utility of acid and hydrides in synthesizing various carboxylic acids derivatives efficiently. Number 4. Reaction of amides. The hydrolysis of amides to carboxylic acids under acidic and basic conditions illustrated the stability of the amide bond and the conditions required to break it. This reaction is crucial in the context of protein degradation and the synthesis of carboxylic acids from amides. Number 5. Preparation of esters. The esterification experiments highlighted the process of forming esters from carboxylic acids and alcohols using acid catalysts. The successful synthesis of esters confirmed the practicality of Fischer esterification, demonstrating the importance of reaction conditions in achieving high yields. Now, let us move on to the suggested recommendations. Here are as follows. Ensure the proper handling and maintenance of reagents before and after use. For safety purposes, reagents should be placed on top of the fume hood, not unless the experiment involves ignition tests and other related experiments that requires the utilization of a fume hood. Allot sufficient time in conducting the experiments. All groups should apply a systematic approach when conducting experiments. For example, at most, 2 groups should perform the same experiment simultaneously. And lastly, bring an ample supply of lab materials. That would be all. Thank you.